poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's KB and we locked in. Now let's jump into it. Today, we're going to be talking about Wack 100 and the story behind him, how he became one of the most requested artist managers in the game, and the controversies that surround him. So without further ado, let's go. Wack 100, real name Cash Jones, is a celebrity manager and gang member who has ties to the streets and the music industry. His roster of artists he manages includes Ray J, Blueface, 6ix9ine, and others. He is the vice president of Cash Money West, a division of Cash Money Records, and has been making power moves in the industry for a while now. He's had numerous high-profile beefs over the last couple years and has found himself in several serious legal situations. Wack has also found himself being the head of several public extortion attempts against some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Wack has went from a nobody to a somebody and has successfully strong-armed his way into the headlines dozens of times, and today we're going to be taking a look at what happened throughout his life and his career to get him to the point where he's the face of an almost $100 million record label while also being one of the most prolific gang members in the state of California. Wack 100 was in the streets starting at an early age. Growing up in Pacoima, California, he found himself being surrounded by the local Piru Blood gang members, and they had a heavy influence over his life. It was this affiliation that led to Wack becoming a hardened criminal at just the age of 16 after he was sentenced to serve time at the Soledad Correctional Facility, which is an adult facility. Wack has even claimed that he was the first minor to ever be sentenced to an adult prison in the state of California. A claim that is 100% not accurate, but anyways.
I've been to the penitentiary. I was the first minor in the state of California. They sent me to prison at 16 years old. I was in Soledad State Penitentiary. So to go through all that, survive all these gang wars, all these attempts on my life.
When you in Soledad, what they do?
Anybody who been to Soledad when it was Soledad back in those days, late 80s, early 90s, right? I don't give a how tough you are. And at this point, I thought I was invincible. Listen, when the judge said, because I was a minor, they said, well, CYA won't accept you. I don't know what to do with you. If I give you a 10-year reduction from 17 years to 7 years, will you sign waiver papers so I can send you to state prison, to a men's facility? I hurried up and signed them. I didn't give a Frenchie, that's that picture I post up on Instagram. So I felt like I was ready for it. Let me tell you something. When you pull up in them Soledad gates, and this Wack 100 telling me, and you see them gun towers, them old prison guards with a billy club, they ain't even black, mother, chrome, right? Every gangster thug says, what the did I just get myself into?
Before his trial and sentencing, Wack was locked up in the California Youth Authority, and according to people that were locked up with him, Wack was about that life.
And I remember Wack was like, I'm gonna get off first. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what this motherfucker is about, right? I already knew, man, he was backing my play. He was a big old brother, man. He was knocking fools out. That's a fact. I won't sit here and lie. He was dropping motherfuckers, right? Was he dropping 32 of them like Big U? Nah. But as we hit that corner, that motherfucker Wack came through like, oh, you can, boom!
According to Wack himself, when he first arrived, he was the only blood in the whole facility.
They sentenced me to state prison, so when I get to Delano to the reception, I barely got a mustache, I ain't got no goatee, nothing, right? But everybody asking everybody where they from. Right. So at that point in time, you know, blood is outnumbered everywhere you go.
Right.
But I'm a YA baby, so I'm a firecracker, right?
Right.
So I jump up, tell them where I'm from. I'm the only one in there from the red side, right?
Right.
So, at that point, they go to, we got us one.
But even though he was locked up at an early age, he still managed to have a love life in the prison system, with his longtime girlfriend, Kimberly Jones, holding him down and visiting him throughout his almost 5-year stay. She even managed to get pregnant and have a baby while he was locked up. Wack was released from prison at the age of 22, moving in with his girlfriend and their now 5-year-old son. However, after only a few months of freedom, Wack was sent back to prison for another 9 months after being caught up on a parole violation. He was released in 1999, and this time he would keep his freedom and level up in life, going from an ex-felon gangbanger to an ex-felon gangbanger who liked music. Once he was out, he linked up with another prominent Piru, Suge Knight, where he would begin working as a goon and climbing the ranks. It was through this connection that Wack 100 was able to make a come up in the industry. But in order to understand it fully, I have to do a quick breakdown of what exactly the industry looked like at the time and explain some connections that will help Wack rise to the current level he's at now. Like we established earlier, Wack is a member of the Pyrus and is coming straight out of Cali, the home of gangbanging. Now, Wack's come up really happened in the late 2000s, and around this time, there were a few artists from the area that were popping. This included rappers like Spider Loc in the game, and beefing was a surefire way to drum up some attention for an artist. For example, the game and Spider Loc had beef because Spider Loc is a Crip and the game is a Blood, but the game also had beef with his former label boss 50 Cent and so on, so you can see how beef would propel a career. In fact, it was the game that would find himself being one of Wack 100's first clients when Wack finally started to make his own moves in hip-hop. Wack had one other artist at the time named Stacey Adams, and Wack was trying to get a feature from the game for his artist. This all culminated in Suge Knight, Wack 100, the game, and Spider Loc ending up in the same parking lot where a fight broke out and Wack was able to get in some words with the game. This moment would eventually lead to Wack 100's career taking off when he found himself in the middle of a dispute between the game and his then manager, Jimmy Henchman. Wack explained it in this clip.
Though I'm one of Suge's goons, him and Suge don't get along. Suge then pulled up. Suge, now he got Wack, Suge, and G-Unit. He don't know the boy Chris had called me, right? So he over there behind the car not knowing what the fuck he gonna do. Long story short, me and Spider work it out. Spider disperses the crowd, they leave. I go have a conversation with Game, tell him you need to start moving right. He tried to give me his number. I said I didn't come over here for that because I'm trying to get Suge out of here before he starts some shit. I know he got some shit, right? So I leave. 6 months later, I started managing an artist named Stacey Adams. This is Crip dude named Stutter Blocks from Main Street that's going to 24-hour fitness with Game. Game telling Stutter Box, tell Wack, come see me. I got an artist, it makes sense. I pull up on him. I walk in the Encore Studios. He's recording LAX. He's in the booth. He motioned for me to come in the booth. This is what you heard. He went in his pocket and gave me everything he had. I said, I ain't here for that. I gave him the money back. I told him I need a verse. He said, keep the money and I'm gonna do the verse. And then from that day on, he told me about his situation he was in with Jimmy Henchman. Everybody's scared of Jimmy. He can't get away from him. Could I step in and start getting him away from that? And then from there, it was history.
This connection to the game allowed Wack to build his reputation, and once he had his shot in the industry, it seemed like Wack would deploy some of the same tactics he observed from Suge Knight during his time as a flunky, and he began to bully his way to the top, using controversy after controversy to make headlines. One of the first times Wack popped up in the headlines was in 2015 after he found himself settling a beef between another rapper named Stitches and the game by hitting Stitches with a one-hitter quitter. Stitches had waited outside of a club that the game was at with the expectation that he would fight him when he exited the building. Instead, he was met by Wack 100 delivering a punch that hit like a Kamehameha. This was highly embarrassing for Stitches as he had been online bumping his gums for weeks on end in a Tekashi-like fashion, and Wack basically put an end to it all. But aside from the drama that Wack was stirring up and his heavy ties to the streets, he was able to overcome his odds and build out a legitimate business. In 2018, Wack took his business to a new level when he announced that him and another well-known blood, Birdman, were gonna launch a new division of Birdman's world-famous Cash Money Records, aptly titled Cash Money West. Wack said that the mission for Cash Money West was going to be different than that of Cash Money Records, with the newly formed imprint focusing on providing opportunities to up-and-coming rappers as opposed to the massive artists that have been on the roster of the original Cash Money like Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj. Wack said he was in talks with Birdman for months before this deal came to fruition. But when it did, it also came with a massive amount of support from Universal Music Group, and it also came with a $20 million startup budget. This was a massive win for Wack 100, and since the announcement of this venture, he hasn't seemed to leave the eye of the media due to the fact that he seems to produce some of the hottest takes on the internet, along with running what appears to be some kind of high-key extortion racket. An example of a take that got Wack 100 in the media is when he was asked about the events that led to Tupac's death, and this was his response.
It was better decision making. it was 30 power rules there, and it was an issue with a Compton Crip. If Tupac would allowed those power rules, you had everything from Suge to Buntry, everybody was there that can call that shot, right? So they're familiar with who this guy is, right? But you know what? They know they in a hotel. Suge's on 9-year joint suspension. That decision
at least
to kick that fight off, right? I stand behind this, was on the decision of those power rules and the homies.
Yeah, so he basically said that Tupac ended up in that situation because of dumb decisions. This led to a lot of backlash and even a rumor being started that Mike Tyson had knocked Wack 100 out after their podcast, but these turned out to be just rumors and not true. Even so, this wasn't the last time Wack 100 would be at the end of the internet's chopping block. He found himself in even more trouble after Nipsey Hussle passed away, when he basically went on No Jumper and disputed Nipsey's legacy as an artist and activist.
I was part of the Nipsey Hussle movement, getting him his first multi-million-dollar deal. Me and Gang, Big U, Steve Lobel, Johnny Shipes, we did that. So what I'm saying is you got a man who died with 1 million followers and no radio hit and no platinum plaques. But because everybody started talking like it was a Popeye's chicken sandwich, everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
Right.
And now he done went 10, 20 times platinum. The radio is spinning his song. Come on, bro. How long did they spin his song?
Right.
All day, every hour. This rumor about him being independent, that's some bullshit. If you scroll down to the iTunes, it says Atlantic Records.
Right.
Right?
The reason I'm gonna sit here.
So now he has a machine behind him. So where was all these fans? Nipsey's never been on a world tour. Why? He did not die an A-list artist. That's be real. Y'all talking about he was a legend. If he was a legend, why y'all didn't treat him like that while he was here? We talking as an artist and an entertainer. But listen, stop saying a legend as if y'all acknowledged and honored him as a legend when he was here. People call Game a legend all the time. Dre a legend, Cube a legend, Eminem a legend, Kendrick at this point a legend, right. Drake, right? They get like, you know why? Because their numbers and their popularity says that. Where the hell was all you diehard fans when Nipsey needed you to support his product so he could have been that while he was here? We talking numbers right now. We're not talking about personal opinion. It's some red rags that opened the door for him to get in. And we did that for Big U. We didn't do that for Nipsey. I met Nipsey walking down Sunset 2 o'clock in the morning, passing out CDs. You understand what I'm saying?
There you go.
So everybody don't play the same role. You got some people that play multiple roles. What happened was what was supposed to happen.
He didn't stop with just a statement though. He went on to try to completely tarnish Nipsey's legacy by claiming he had a tape of Nipsey doing some less than favorable bedroom activity with another man.
That's what it is. What you mean? It is, definitely. This shit ain't nothing new. It's just due to y'all. And for the record, it been Wack for 3 years making sure it ain't came out. If I was on some bull,
Exactly.
I'd have let that come out.
Wack in the goo. Y'all stop talking about Wack in the goo. Let that shit go. He just addressed it.
Yeah. Bro, that told me. I just got tired of the talking about killing everybody and putting in all this work. I'm like, well, bro, where was the energy with the you, bro?
This sparked true outrage within Nipsey's fan base because Nipsey did a lot of things when he was alive to give back to the community and help better the people around him, and it seemed like instead of acknowledging that, Wack was only focused on what could hurt the empire that Nipsey had built. This situation got even worse when Hassan Campbell, a popular YouTube personality and commentator, called out Wack 100 for allegedly extorting Nipsey over the situation.
Let's go.
He got killed by his own homeboy, bro. But Nipsey don't do what that good. That type of shit. He don't do nothing. He ain't never put the work in. But that's a body man. Everybody know dude is a body man. I've been saving his career, bro. Nipsey got gay on him, bro. Also my mama. We got all the footage.
Wow.
Yeah, he paying his baby mama with him.
Oh, which I thought I was playing? I mean, Wack, we could take the gloves off.
He got killed by his own homeboy, bro. But Nipsey don't do what that good. That type of shit. do nothing. You ain't never put the work in. That's a body man. Everybody know dude was a body man. I've been saving his career, bro. Nipsey got game on him, bro. Most of my mama.
Wow. We got all the footage, is what Wack said. He
Got all the footage.
was extorting him, allegedly. Why did they wait till Nipsey died for Big U to send Wack 100 to go get 30% of his stuff? Why you think Laura London is so quiet? She's dealing with foul. This is the that y'all laughing and y'all playing with in Clubhouse? Huh?
This did not go how Wack wanted it to, and after an outpouring of support from Nipsey's fan base, Wack found himself back on the No Jumper podcast, apologizing to Nipsey's brother and Nipsey's wife.
And I hear, and I've been moved right now just talking about this, right? Because I've been a little cocky about this because I felt like I didn't do nothing wrong. But you know, I really feel like nobody's bigger than the program. Nobody, and sometimes we got to be sensitive, even to those that don't understand how you saying it. And I've been hearing a few things out here about a few people, and I hear and I've been dismissing it, but you know, I'm gonna be a man about it. And Black Sam, his brother, his baby mother Laura, listen. I meant no disrespect to your brother, no disrespect to your husband at all. His mother and father, I was simply giving my personal opinion when it came to music. I know people take things in social media and they twist it. So you hearing it from me, I meant no disrespect. If you took anything I said as disrespect, my apologies wholeheartedly. Hopefully we can run into each other and have understanding and a head nod or whatever it may be, but you hearing that come from me, and you probably will never find this nowhere on social media, me even giving anybody apology, because I tend to stand on what I believe in, but at the same time, you guys are going through something different with your emotions when it comes to his loss, to where you don't want to hear anything remotely derogatory to anything. So, you know, my apologies if I rubbed you the wrong way. I didn't mean it in that form or that matter. You know what I mean? I hope you can accept, and it's all love.
On top of that, Nipsey's brother Black Sam later forced the game to remove Nip from his album because of his affiliation with Wack 100. Hostility was still in the air over this situation as Wack continued to make disparaging remarks about Nip, like this one where he once again calls into question Nipsey's legacy.
A lot of people are coming at Blueface right now.
For what?
For saying, for you going on and saying that Nipsey wasn't a legend.
He wasn't. What's a legend?
A legend.
Define a legend.
Someone that passed away. That
No.
I'll start.
No. Okay, listen. So let's keep it real. If Dr. Dre right now died,
okay,
we would say we lost a legend, right?
Yes.
Wait. Based upon what? Numbers, right?
Yes.
Body of work, right?
Yes.
How many albums did Nipsey drop? One album, right? This is not no personal shit I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
This is just real shit. The man died with 1 million followers, no radio hits, no platinum hits, right? No world tours, right? After he died, he went platinum, sold a bunch of records, followers went up 10,000, right? 10 million, right?
Yeah.
Right, so first of all, we gotta define what the legend is, what the legend ain't.
Absolutely.
Right? Was he on his way? I think at the time, yes, he would have been. But at the time of his demise, let's keep it real. The truth could never be defined as disrespect. If it is, that means you lying to your self.
This eventually spilled over into a real-life fight with Nipsey's homie J-Rock at a Rolling Loud event in Los Angeles after J-Rock punched Wack in the face several times before running off, and Wack can be seen having to be held back while fuming with anger.
I got you. Don't already left. Oh, see, he already No, we ain't coming over here. You knock me over the toe. No, we gotta get out. No,
He continued to make even more headlines, like when he appeared on DJ Academic's debut podcast episode that featured the most famous snitch in the world, 6ix9ine. During the podcast, Wack can be heard coming down hard on 6ix9ine, and it seemed like he was in total disagreement with him. But after the podcast, Wack took to social media and basically confirmed that he would be working with 6ix9ine as a business partner in order to make some money, even claiming that he had around $43 million worth of business lined up for 6ix9ine.
Been about 30, 45 days since I did the interview party on Clubhouse, right? Mm-hmm. So in the last 45 days, I probably just set up $43 million of business, and I ain't seen the kid. So I'm talking about big movies, European tours, renegotiated his album terms, all through attorneys and emails.
As usual, it sparked outrage, but I think by this point of the story, Wack had learned that there is no such thing as bad publicity. So from here, he continued to deliver hot takes on the internet and start beef with other people. In August of 2021, Wack got into it with another rapper, 21 Savage, during a call on the social media app Clubhouse. 21 Savage called out Wack 100 for working publicly with the snitch, who publicly cooperated with the government and testified against members of his gang to put him behind bars. Here's what the call sounded like.
You there?
Yo, what's up?
What up? What up? They told me you was upset at me, but talk to me.
I said you lying for agreeing with anything I say.
Okay, now listen. When you say lame, right? Because y'all lingo look different. What you mean by I'm lame? Like, what you mean?
Like, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what
you don't agree. What is it that you don't agree with?
Like, I just feel like a gangster and a rat can't agree on nothing. When the who called you a rat see you, ain't he supposed to push up on you?
Yeah, you supposed to get out. Where I come from,
I
get
don't
out.
agree with that.
But see, that let me know you pump faking it, nephew.
Nah, you don't pump fake.
You pump fake.
What? How do that equate to pump fake?
If you got the energy to say that the him, which I don't think you saw him in the club.
Yeah, but I never said, and I don't even talk like that.
Well, what you saw? No, 6ix9ine had a video or something.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
6ix9ine, what if you had that video?
I'm not finna do no fake gang on Clubhouse. So don't start yelling and doing all that.
What's that video you were showing us that you said he?
Yo, on the video, I'll post it on my Instagram right now. I'll put it on my Instagram right now just for 10 minutes. Cause I don't want to do. Yo, 21, if you want it, I'll DM it to you. Where I'm in the club, your manager, right or wrong, and put this on your kids. Your manager didn't go up to you and say, "Yo, 6ix9ine in the club with us right now." Put that on your kids. Your manager didn't tell you that.
I told you that last night. Why you act like you dropping a bombshell?
I'm
the one told you. My manager told me that. That
so
don't mean
wait. For the record, 6ix9ine and 21 Savage, this lame Wack talking, been on the phone talking for access to 30 to 40 minutes. Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
You said what?
Okay, all right. I'm just putting it out there.
You said Wack was lame for interviewing me, but you was on the phone with me yesterday for 30 minutes.
I said he lame for agreeing with anything you say. Everybody in this room just heard what I said.
Well, don't come up in here with me and your right. I'm gonna put it on. I don't mind. I'm putting mine on the table. I ain't hiding nothing.
I ain't sitting down with no rat. Period.
Yo, 21.
I didn't sit down and have no kumbaya with you. I'm not Wack.
21.
I don't know.
Yo, 21.
Wait. Look, hey, wait. 21. Respectfully, nephew, I know you. We always been solid, and I'm gonna keep it real.
Nah, you just said a whole bunch of
Hey,
So that ain't
we are
solid.
not
I
the
don't
same.
know.
Look,
I
hey,
don't know.
look, 21.
I don't know. I guess
21.
because
Listen
you
to
and
me, nephew.
6ix9ine friends now.
Listen
So you
to me.
trying to put on the
Listen
show.
to me, bro.
But I ain't
done
with all
met
that
you
extra
before. You've been real humble. Me and you both know if you were standing in front of me right now, you wouldn't have that energy.
Yeah,
You gotta stop
what?
Nigga,
doing
that's
that.
cap. That's on my
Yeah,
kids.
what?
All
Look,
right.
check
Put your
this out, bro.
cousin.
Yeah,
Goofy.
what?
Hey,
Check
I
this
will
out, bro.
beat your little
Yeah,
bitty boy.
Man,
Hey,
that's
hey, hey,
yeah,
I
what?
will beat your
y'all niggas.
Yo,
little bitty boy.
21.
Now
Yo,
we wait.
21.
Now hold on,
Yo,
6ix9ine.
yo,
21. I
21.
came in respecting you, bro. And then wait. And it's cool that you don't agree with what I'm saying, but I'm not no rapper.
Yeah,
You up
yeah,
on my
what?
roof. I come to Atlanta, you can come to LA. We can get out wherever you want to get out. I will beat your. You coming out here, I'm gonna coming out there. Cause we can get out. What we doing? I will sock you the out.
Yeah,
You out your
what?
league. You are out your league. You ain't finna come in here as you just a rapper. That's all you is. You ain't got the right rank of respect to with me. You's a fake blood too. I'm from California. Cause you called me out my name, I let it go. But when you want to get out, I know this. I was roaming
man, you don't
the
gotta
A.
do all that. You don't gotta do all that. I'm scared already, bro. I'm scared. You don't gotta do all that.
Nah, you
I'll
right.
tell you what.
I'm already scared, bro.
I'm not gonna even ball my fists up. I'm gonna slap you up.
He gone.
All you little rappers know this. I am not a rapper. Don't come playing with me. You too light now. If you ain't skilled enough, been around long enough, you might want to be a little hesitant about that mouth. Cause I'm gonna violate you. Straight up.
Yeah, Wack has literally threatened everybody he's ever worked or come in contact with. He seems like a pleasant guy. But Wack wasn't all talk. Like we seen him knock out Stitches and try to fight J-Rock, he had the same energy with other people in real life too. This can be seen in another video where Wack 100 is squaring up with a random white dude at Primo Burgers in Lancaster, California after the man allegedly referred to Wack 100 with a racial slur.
Oh, dropped him. Oh.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Hey, get his plate. Get his
Get all that. Get all that. You touch me. You tried to rush me. Yeah, get out.
Damn.
Wack 100 is wild, Joe. Anyway, a few days after the 21 Savage Clubhouse call, Wack found himself in deep with another rapper named Jim Jones. Jim Jones is from New York and is also a blood, but he found himself being the center of his own snitching allegations that Wack 100 brought to attention during a separate Clubhouse call. Fed up with the narrative, Jim Jones hopped on the app with a blood gang member named Mel Matrix, who was one of the guys that 6ix9ine snitched on and got locked up, with this being said during the call about Wack 100.
I want people to know who you directly talking to.
Wack 100. I'm supposed to be reputable from that put in the can. You anybody except you on the West Coast. You talking about you repping this thing hours, man. I don't know, man. Get watered down, homie. Word to mother. Like I said, I got real ones that spit a yard with me every day. They straight from the motherland. They say he's a cold nugget. He's not even accepted on his own turf. So at the end of the day, Wack 100. Let me find that room with him.
Wack responded by jumping on IG Live and attempting to air out Jim Jones by calling into question some gun charges that Jones had that seemed to have just vanished.
Hey, yo, Jim Jones, listen. I don't know what your issue with me is, bro. That shit on the internet, homie. And any real street know what conspiracy look like. You know what I'm saying? You got gun cases in Virginia, don't nobody know where they went. The fact that you had to have a jail call, right? And you on the street, you thought we was better than that. But since you want to direct it to me and what's on the internet, right? What you talking on the wiretap lets me know that you are running from something. Because not one time, Jimmy, right, have you addressed what that man said about you. 6ix9ine who admits to cooperating, said you gave an order on a wiretap to commit a violent act that was carried out. Now, any real street know that's conspiracy. Every from your neighborhood that was tied to this kid is incarcerated but you. I'm gonna call a spade, man, since you wanna make it about me. Now I gotta speak, man. Yo, Jim, the world, the streets, you owe an explanation. And you need to see that paperwork from that gun case you caught, you know what I'm saying, that other state. Because something, it really ain't adding up, man. Let's not forget, Jimmy, this table from the West Coast called you and Mel and spoke about our discuss what y'all was doing with 6ix9ine at that time. You guys went to tell us it was a money play. Y'all was accepting him. It was something y'all had control of. It was y'all business. Could we respectfully stay out of it? So Don Moose on the West Coast, we tried to stop it before it broke. So you tell Mel, who calling me out my name, nah, I think there's a like him who's supposed to be in a Jeep, but got controlled by the bag. And you, Jimmy, you should have let that man do his time, because me and you on the street, we got each other's numbers. We done pulled up on each other, and we still could pull up on each other today.
He was also involved in a lawsuit in 2019 where actor Kenneth Lawson claimed that he was at a sushi joint called Yamashiro Hollywood with his wife when he got into an altercation with Wack. According to court records, Kenneth was approached by a furious Wack 100, a man he says he had never met before this, and was being questioned about talking to Wack's wife. Kenneth's wife, Monique, tried to introduce herself to Wack, and that's when Wack 100 lost it, apparently yelling at Kenneth, "Keep your in check," before throwing a haymaker that left Kenneth unconscious on the ground after his head bounced off the concrete. Kenneth said he lost his role on Bounce TV because of his injuries, as he had to have his jaw wired shut. In another incident, Wack 100 was on a Clubhouse call with a rapper named K Deuce, who was the moderator of the call, when he became enraged after being muted. Here's how that played out.
Yo, out, but don't play me like I'm some.
Wack, I ain't even see your.
Now you see me. I raised my hand 10 times. You cut the motherfucker off. You the only moderator.
Trying to tell you I ain't.
And I'm telling you with my brother on the phone, when I beat you on Power Rule, you going to bed. That's gonna teach you to respect real.
All right, Wack. But
all right, be ready.
But like I was saying though, so
well, matter of fact, where you at though, dog? I'm out here now. We can get this out the way.
Wack, I ain't even see
dog,
you.
Call that you. Where you at since you said anyway? I'm out here, blood. I pull up on you. It's no problem.
All right, Wack.
I'm with the full-fledged bullshit wherever it go. Where you at?
For respect, but I'm just letting you know.
Respect. I got that. Where you at? Since you talking gang, bring blood to the table. Dog, I swear to God, I will beat the out of you. Don't play with me like that no more.
Once again,
I'm gonna leave it like that. You got a problem with me? Say that.
I ain't got no problem with you, Wack. I ain't
Power Rule, play with like you. Don't play with me like that no more. And when I see you, don't act like you don't know why I suck. I ain't gonna do no talking. Either we can meet and run this head up, or we just wait till we run into each other. It ain't no problem. I'm not with all that. You know what he did and got the nerve to come to the room on. I'm out gang blood on Power Rule, blood lining up with blood. He know what he did. Now I ain't wanna act like he ain't got no problems.
I ain't see you, so I don't got no problems with you.
All right.
You know how many people?
I didn't disrespect you so much.
Wack.
We got a problem now.
Wack. You know how many people was in that room? Wack.
Yeah, it was 9. It was 9 people.
No, I'm
That's how many people.
I'm talking about
it was 9. You the only moderator. Raised my hand so much. You cut off the hands. You think we can't read?
It was so many people raising their hand, Wack.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna make sure you raising your hand. I'm gonna leave it like that.
All right, OG.
Nah, don't OG me. We ain't cool. We not boo on Power Root. We are not boo. I'm telling you this right now, so you don't say, oh, sucker punch me, all that. You going to bed when I see you. You gonna respect my hand.
The more Wack talks, the clearer the picture becomes of what it is he's actually doing. Like I said, he seemed to pick up some traits from Suge Knight during his time with him. But there's even more. Not long ago, it came to the attention of the world that Wack 100 might be in possession of a part 2 of the Kim K and Ray J tape. How would Wack get his hands on something like this, you ask? Well, it's simple. He manages Ray J. It can be assumed that that's exactly where he got the tape from. Not only did he have it though, he used it like a chess piece in a game he was playing. He announced to the world that he had a part 2, and even went as far as to say throughout the years, people had offered to buy it for millions of dollars, but he had refused.
People been trying to buy this stuff from me and Ray J for years, bro. 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. You know.
So he didn't sell it to those people. Why? Well, if you ask Wack, it was out of respect for Kanye West, and he says there is no way he would ever release it, and instead was only interested in giving it to Kanye. Now, this sounds legit until you realize that he wanted to give it to him in the form of an NFT, meaning it could still be monetized. Now, he claims that he simply flew out, met with Kanye, and delivered the tape out of the kindness of his heart. But if you've watched up until this point of the video, you should be familiar enough with Wack 100 to know that this sounds like a big line of garbage.
Kanye came together. Actually, Kanye called my phone. Got my number. I was doing a back and forth with the Kardashian attorney on social media. They was telling me I was a lie. I said certain things back. Kanye being Kanye, said, you know what, I don't know, man. This brother seemed pretty adamant. Somehow he got my phone number, called me direct. Wanted to meet me. Look, bro, I want to meet you. I didn't want to get caught up in a situation where they thought I was like some conspiracy or extortion. We met at Soho House. It was real quick. We had a conversation. He like, yo, man, meet me at Van Nuys Private, man. Take this trip with me. We go over on the plane. So I think we ended up in like Minnesota somewhere. I told him, the tapes exist. They're real. And I meant what I said. We wouldn't give them to nobody but you. Once we give it to Kanye, what Ye want to do with it is what he want to do with it. But he chose to take it back to her. He did a stand-up thing that I feel. He knew Ray J showed him a gesture of respect doing what he did. So,
Word on the streets was that he extorted Kanye out of millions of dollars in order to keep the tape private. He denies this, but in this video, you could literally hear Kanye say he won't be extorted ever again the day he got the laptop from him.
And he came back this morning. I want to show you guys what he got me. He got me all of the sex tape back.
Oh my God.
And he flew home and got it was on the hard drive. And I went to Ray J at the airport and got it all back for me.
Oh, Kim. Oh my God. Thank you for Kanye and for his unbelievable way he does things and the ability to get something done. And probably a big, fat, huge check, so we're all very grateful.
Oh, definitely not no check. We're not getting extorted ever again.
Oh. No.
I think it's best summed up by one of Wack 100's biggest enemies, Hassan Campbell.
Did you hear what he said? We are not ever getting extorted. We're not getting extorted ever again. Ever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. I want y'all to understand what you're dealing with, man. See, it kills me. It kills me, man. The way y'all still play in the snake pit with rattlesnakes. Out of the words, out of the mouth of Kim K. Out of the mouth of Kanye West. Extorted him with tapes. All right, so we understand how they got those tapes. Ray J. Wack 100's artist, Ray J. They saved part 2 for later. Clearly to extort Kanye and Kim Kardashian. Why? Because they're foul. They're foul. Ain't nothing else to it. Like, why would y'all want to sit up there and do that to them? Kim Kardashian sitting around and her child playing on the internet and a pop-up. Whoopsie! Mommy pops up. So Kanye runs off to do what any father would do to protect his woman and his child. Matter of fact, wasn't even his woman no more. She running around with the other funny looking dude. But yet still to protect his children, he went out there and did what any man with integrity would do. And got the tapes and the drive back. 9 times out of 10, they probably got copies, but yet it's still, out of the words in the mouth of Kanye West, he said, I ain't getting extorted again. Same circle, allegedly, because I have to, and I hate to have to say the word, allegedly, sat up there out of his own mouth and told you, I got the tape. I got the tape of Nipsey. Could you imagine mentally what Laura London and the family is going through to have to deal with this cat blackmailing? I got the tape. Why he didn't destroy the tape? Because he take pride in extortion. They foul. Ain't nothing else to it.
Something that adds even more credence to the theory is the fact that when Kanye was officially asked about it during an interview, he had this almost ominous message.
But I'm gonna tell you straight up, don't play with my kids. Don't play with my kids. Whoever y'all work for, whoever y'all think the family is working for, I'm telling you right now, don't play with my children, and it's gonna be all legal. It's gonna be all legal, baby. You ain't finna gaslight me, and every night it's gonna be calm like this. But that's where we not finna play. It ain't gonna be no, you know what I'm saying? And this is for everybody that's ever been in a situation like this that didn't have a voice. This is what we on, this is what time it is.
Now look, like I said before, I'm not here to say who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth, but this is the story so far, and it's up to you to decide which side you're on. Despite all of the negative press and attention Wack 100 has surrounded himself in, he still managed to dominate in his field. No matter how you feel about him or what you think, there are a few things that you could take away from his story. One is, you have to respect his effort and dedication over the years to build himself a legit business. Wack 100 has successfully built himself a small empire, and while we haven't talked about it yet, he's done some good for the people around him. For example, his wife, Kimberly Jones. She was able to quit her job at the probation office in 2016 and focus on growing her own businesses. She has a consulting firm, 2 logistics businesses, multiple real estate investments in her name. She runs a nonprofit called Spiritually Provoked and helps operate Fifth Amendment Entertainment, which is a business registered in Wack's real name. Through Fifth Amendment Entertainment, Wack and his wife have been able to partner with companies like E1, which is responsible for shows like Peppa Pig, and offer artist opportunities in the licensing department. It's crazy to think of how deep Wack's reach really is inside the industry. Through Kimberly's consulting firm, they also offer services to artists like distribution, publishing, and management, plus a bunch of other stuff. So that's the first takeaway. Wack's determination allowed him and the people around him to be successful in their own rights. The second takeaway is that Wack is willing to handle his business in the streets like a man. We've seen several instances of him offering a fade to whoever wants it. He doesn't immediately resort to guns to solve a disagreement. He's willing to argue, and if that don't work, he's willing to fight, which is respectable to a degree because you really just don't see that often these days. The third takeaway is one that I've hit on before, and it's possibly Wack's biggest downfall in life. It's his inability to leave the street life alone. It's almost like he fails to recognize what level he could go to if he became agreeable and less violent of a person. While he seems to pride himself on the fact that all of his paperwork is always in order and all of his business dealings, he also seems to not notice that even though that may be the case, it won't help people not view you as a shitty person and avoid you because of it. Either way, Wack 100 has had a wild story and seems to have put his hands into every pot possible inside the industry he's in. I don't think the story is over just yet. He still seems to have a lot of room to grow and every opportunity to do so. But if a change isn't made, I could definitely see how this story could change for the worse. But for now, that's the whole story. Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.